What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're all doing well today. We're going to be doing my top carried pocket knives of the week, but before we do that, we have a little mail call. Let's get into it. So this is some stuff that is coming back that I had loaned out to Satu Dave, and he has not told me what he sent in return. So we're going to find out together. Today's unboxing knife is going to be the CJRB Echo Ray Laconico design. I did get it in the button lock with the carbon fiber. Really awesome budget knife for under 50 bucks. I mean, the competition out here is getting kind of ridiculous in this price point range. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot. He definitely taped this up quite nicely. I appreciate that, making sure everything's packaged well. And let me make sure there's no notes in here either. Oh, wait. Need some relief cuts here. Okay, so doesn't look like it, and it looks like he sent some additional stuff. So this is going to be my Kung Wu Tao coming back that I loaned out to him. I know he's not into Chinese knives, and this is definitely way too small for him, but I thought he would enjoy checking it out nonetheless because of some of the finishes on there. This, and I've been missing this one, should be, oh no, this is, I forgot he had this too. My Petrified Fish Scholar that I loaned him to check out as well. Really cool little knife there. I thought, and I guess this is what's in the other package. I forgot I had loaned him so much stuff, to be honest. This, yeah, it's got to be this one. Yep, this guy, I've been missing a ton. This is the Hedgehog that I loaned him out. I thought he would really like the jigging on here, checking that out, but he's saying that he's not really into slip joints, so I kind of get it. If you're not into the knife, it's kind of hard to appreciate much about it. And let's see what he sent here. This was a weighty package, and I guess because what he sent plus what I was getting in return. Let's see what Satu sent for us to check out. Oh, there's a couple things in here, it looks like. There's 3 things. So this is the Medford slip joint, I think he sent over for me to check out. I have to check with him to make sure. S35VN. It doesn't have a very crisp walk and talk, but it could be that it's just a little tight in the pivot. I don't know how long he's had it or if he got it new or not. Oh, I am glad he sent this along. Whoop, my finger slipped right off the top. I've been wanting to check this out. This is really cool looking. I don't know if you say S. I am really interested in checking this one out and getting some more details on it. Ooh, yeah, it's got a snappy detent for the reverse flick. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where to put my finger for this. I'm putting my finger on the lock bar, which I think is part of the problem. There we go. Oh, and there must be a detent ball ramp because it's going back up. Yeah. So you got to kind of get past the detent ball ramp. And let's check out the last night that he sent along. This is a SNG. It looks like an SNG. I'll have to ask him which one this one is. You know, I want to say I thought this knife was black in the video that he sent, or that he did on this one, because I do remember. I don't know if this has a regrind on it. I want to say that it looks like it does. I don't know. Really cool. All right, let's go ahead and get into my top carried knives of the week, and then we will circle back to these in a future video. All right. On Monday, I had the Civivi Sikoke. You guys, if you've been around for a little while, you know how much I really love this budget knife. It is a really awesome frame lock that comes with 14C 28N blade steel. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that to show up. 14C 28N blade steel, Ray Laconico design. You know what's ironic? My unboxing knife was a Ray Laconico design. The one that I'm carrying today. Too funny. You can kind of see a little bit of the Laconico in there, I feel like. But anyway, back to this knife. Great frame lock. You can get it in G10 or micarta. Really good access to the lock bar. I love the big jimping that they put on here. The thumb stud action is super crisp, and so is the flipper tab action. It is nice and solid on these. You can get, again, G10 or micarta. Really thin and slicey knife. Great profile for EDC. And just a fun knife to fidget with if you're into fidgeting. I know that's not a prerequisite for a lot of folks when it comes to these knives, but for me, I enjoy and appreciate that because I do flip my knives a little bit when I'm sitting around on the sofa at home doing whatever. On Tuesday, I had the Sharp by Design Mini Evo in the pocket. Mine with the purple haze. Really like the one that I got. It has really good patterns to it. Beautiful purple, and I don't know what you would call, it's not really pink, but it's like a different shade of purple. Got the blacks and the grays in there. Such a clean design, nice pocket clip, really good for upscale or office carry or anywhere, like if you're going out or anything like that. This is nice because it's not going to take up a lot of space. It's going to be really lightweight. It's got super clean lines, and I like the fact that I can reverse flick it. It takes a little bit of digging. I do have to dig in there to get down to the fuller, and that's because that's not what it's meant for. Great finish on the belt satin, I think. No, this is hand satin, right? Hand satin side to side, if I remember right. Future me, you might have to correct me here. But just a great knife, great weight. Oh, and I did anodize these two pieces of hardware just to draw the purple out to have a little bit of fun. I didn't really want to mess with the pivot because I like that this part is all silver. You can't feel any of the transitioning on the scales, and I think that is really a testament to the manufacturing quality on this knife. It is really, really well done. And it is really cool how they kind of integrated the backspacer into the two halves when you separate and take the scales apart. Really great action on this, and I love the sounds. Great sound, and that's that detent nub. If you don't know about that, check out Brian Nadeau's page, Sharp by Design, and there's plenty of information out there on that. But that's what was in the pocket on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I had a little bit of a larger knife in the pocket, and that is going to be my recently acquired Vero Engineering Synap XL with the marbled carbon fiber and the belt satin finish. I really love the satin finish lines on here. It looks really good. I think it's really sweet, and it carries into the swedge there. Great action. I do have skiffs in the pivot on this one as well, just like I do in the Sharp by Design. The reverse flick is very satisfying, nice and crispy, not too heavy of a detent, and it allows for the low profile flipper to feel like it has a pretty heavy detent on there. This one's definitely a bigger knife, but for me, it fits in the hand really well. Got a little bit of space left over on the back, and I love that I have the ability to kind of move around. I can slide back a little bit if I need to. I can choke up, and everything's very comfortable. I also like on the Gen 3 that they ramped down a little bit on this without sacrificing the performance of it going in and out of the pocket. Access to the lock bar is awesome. It is knocked out there, and you have a little bit of a relief there, so it's very easy to get in. It has a little bit of a detent ball ramp on there, so the weight will usually carry it past that detent ball, and it's a nice little knife to fidget with. The finishes on here really good as well. Very nice transitions. Really like this. Might even be a few left on the website. If you like this, go check out VeroEngineering.com. He might have some left. I doubt he has this one. This one sells out fast, but he might have some other colorways available. Those are really good as well. On Thursday, I had one of my favorite knives this year to come out, the EMP EDC Relative, and definitely my favorite design from his. Nice chunky EDC, very friendly carry, taking minimal space in the pocket up, especially if you like to carry other gear. Good weight to it, great fidget factor to it as well. You can hit all of the deployment methods except for the flipper tab because it doesn't have that. That's reserved for the Nimble X, and I think rightfully so, but it's got a lot of fidget going on to it. Great handles, nice thickness to it, contoured so it still feels very comfortable in the hand. The milling is nice and textured so it feels very grippy in hand and inspires additional confidence in grip. Titanium backspacer, nice pocket clip. Now, I did recently realize, because I always hit it like this and it looks like there's no landing pad, but when you look at it at a certain angle, you can definitely see that there is a landing pad just underneath of this. I would probably say just lengthen it out and widen it out a little bit, because I do still get a little bit of the catch when I go to remove that. Access to the lock bar is really good on this one. You can get down in there with the thumb and the finger very well, and it has nice lockup too. I love that they did the compound grind on this clip point. Not only does it look good, but it performs really well. Very thin and slicey, which I do like. Action on here is smooth, and it just keeps getting better the more that you fidget with it. Nice jimping here that goes the almost full length of the spine. It just stops right before the end, which is great because it gives me a spot to land with my big hands. The thumb lands right on the jimping, and that jimping has just enough aggression to it to where it does hang on to the thumb really well for that front flipper. Now, my favorite way to deploy it is definitely going to be the reverse flick and the thumb flick. You got a nice snappy detent for that and great sounds too. Great sounds. I love this model. It is a great model, and I'm very excited to get the black washed handle and drop point variant in LMAX that I ordered. Yes, I got a second variant of that coming up. Now, for Friday, I carried one of my Grails. I absolutely love that I have this knife. I've already forgotten that I had the 20S to get that knife, and if you've watched for a while, you know what we're talking about. This is the Arius. It is made by Koenig with the patterned finish and no flipper tab. I love that because it's great for choking up for control, and the weight feels so balanced. Even when you move back, it still feels pretty balanced, but when you're up in that finger choil, it feels so balanced. You got a nice finish on the blade here. Hollow grind, satin side to side, a little swedge out there. This is just such a good looking design in my eyes. I love the titanium backspacer and the pop of color that you're getting from all of the hardware here. Good access to the lock bar, nice solid lockup, really smooth action in the sounds. Man, that action is ridiculous. One more time for the sounds. Ooh, it caught the finger a little bit there on that drop. Whoa, hey, that thing drops so fast. It is ridiculous. I just really like this a lot. Now, I have noticed some of the Gen 4 earlier on batches, like single digit batches, are going a little bit lower. They're very close in price now on the secondary market, at least for those variants, to the point where I would say they're now competing with the increased price that you're seeing from Chris Reeves with the Magna Cuts and the Insinco blades. So if you're looking at them, you might want to just check to see if you can find somebody that has like an unmolested variant. And usually these come up super clean without any damages to them, and that's something to take into consideration, because if you're spending money on Chris Reeve and you like a bearing knife that has really good action, this is a good option for a USA custom knife. I really like that one a lot. But that is everything that was in the pocket. Friday, we had that Koenig Arius. Thursday, I had the EMP EDC Relative, which again, beautiful knife. Love those knives. I had the Synapse XL. Finally got the exact variant that I wanted by being able to get it firsthand. Tuesday, I had that Mini Evo from Sharp by Design, made by Riot. These two are Bestech knives. I don't know if I mentioned the manufacturer earlier, but Riot making this one, and you can tell I was in the office that day, right? When you look at the size of the rest of these. And Monday, I had the Civivi Sikoke, and you know that should say something when you look at, like, if I were to seen this when I first started, I'd have been like, dude, it's flexing. I'm really, you know, it took a while to get to this level. Like, it wasn't instantaneous. I had to buy and stay and live in the budget realm for a little while, and then I was able to go ahead and sell off some inventory and kind of get some of the used stuff, and then eventually I got a couple of the new ones, and again, that's because I've moved inventory for the used nice stuff that I had. So it's kind of been a process, but what I'm saying is, I like this knife so much that it's in this group set. That really should say something about the Seikoki. And I really am liking the CJRB Echo. I will have a full review for this coming. I don't even think the unboxing's out there. I'm carrying it today to get the impressions so I can do a review, but I really like that a lot. I actually would be curious to check out the liner lock version of that one because it has very mild contoured scales on it, which I think would just improve for me with the larger hands, the ergonomics. But I had to go with the button lock first because I love that fidget factor. It's definitely very fidgety. Anyway, what do you think about my carry, and what have you been carrying that you enjoy the most here lately? And there's been some stuff that dropped today. This is the 28th. So there was the new Chavez with the kickstop. I've been asked a lot of questions by folks about that one. And we had the Finch, which looks very interesting. I still have my Chernobyl ant upstairs. I don't give credit to my companion carries enough, stuff that goes in the fifth pocket or in pouches that much, but it is upstairs, one of the knives that I still very much love carrying. But let me know if you picked something new up and what's your impressions on it. Love to hear those things in the comments down below. And again, if you have any questions about any of this in the comments below, I'll be answering that as well. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out for those that leave the likes, comments, and are subscribed. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.